All right, so I think everybody could maybe see me. Hello, everyone. My name is Adrian Jones. I hope that you can see me from where you are at the moment. And we'll get started in just a few seconds. I see there's a lot of people still coming in, and I just want to give them that opportunity. And perhaps while we're waiting on that, just want to give you all a quick shout out. There's actually so many on here. I don't know where to start, to be honest. But anyway, I'll start with who I can see for now. Richard, hi. Good to see you. Samuel, good to see you there. Alan, Jeremy, Adam, Bharat, Tim, Jean, John, Colin. Gosh, we're all here from all over the place. Thank you so much for joining, and nice to see you there. Menzi, one of my students. I recognize you there. How are you doing? Great to see you on here as well. And I just want to check a few other things here in the background. We're just about to get started. Hi, Wayne. Wayne, you're from New Zealand. Thanks for sharing that with us. And I think we're all from all over the world today. So, yeah, it's a pretty full house. And I know people are still coming on even as I speak. So this is live. And we could have a few technical things that we just need to sort out here and there as we go along. And we will get going in just a moment. I need to just figure out how to do something here. All right. There we go. So for the chat side of things, and just move this up on screen. There's quite a lot of technical things here in the background that we just want to get out of the way and done properly. And we'll get going in just a second, guys. And what I think I need to do here is share my screen, and then we can get going. All right. So again, welcome to everybody that's on here today. I'm so pleased to see so many people and from all over the world. A few of my own students, thank you for joining me today. And of course, a lot of other people that I'm meeting for the very first time. And it's really fantastic to have you with us. The intention of this is to do a demonstration that's going to last about an hour long. It could go over. The main point is we want to get as much in as we can during the course of this time, because I know your time is precious. And today's topic is the world's only 3-time Forex trading champion revealing his secrets live. And you'll get to see his 94.4% accurate cloud-based trading tool before anyone else. Now, before we carry on, I'd ask you, please, if you can, just to close the doors, switch off your phones, get comfortable, relax, grab a cup of coffee, tea, wine, whatever suits you. Sit back and let's have some fun for the next hour or so. During the course of this presentation, you will be able to ask questions. Because there are so many of us, it's going to be really difficult if we were all unmuted talking. So there is a function that we have on this webinar where we can put in our questions, and I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. As I said, it's going to be about an hour long. During that time, you'll be able to ask the questions, and we will, at a later stage, then answer them all together so that every single person gets answered. And please do stay till the very end, because there's a lot of information that we're going to be sharing with you today. Don't want you to miss out on anything, but let's get going. The first thing is that this is a trading demonstration. So for those of you who are traders, you'll know that trading does involve risk. And if risk is not for you, or if you're not interested in trading, then this is not the webinar for you. However, I think that we'll all agree that most of us who are on here are here to learn something about trading, to improve ourselves trading-wise, and are aware. So I'll continue then with the rest of the presentation. So you'll obviously be on right now on Zoom, and I just want to give you some pointers as to where you can ask questions. If this is your first time using Zoom, you'll notice on the screen here, I've taken a shot of, sorry, I just need to move something out the way here so that I can see it, whoops. But there is a little chat feature at the bottom here that you should be able to type in, your questions, and then we will be able to pick those up, and we're going to run through those as we go along. So please do put them in there. Don't be despondent if we don't answer straight away. We are going to get to them, all comments. And of course, we do also have on standby some of our support and trading team on a Skype. The Skype name is Alaziak Trading. And if you find that you're having some technical difficulties on this call, that you are then allowed to, of course, contact us there. It's a feature that is available to you, and I'd ask that you use that. But overall, please be engaged. This is how you will ensure your you maximize your time with us. So if you do have questions, if you do have comments, please let us know. We want this to be a two-way street, and that's going to be fun for everybody. So who am I? For those of you who don't know, my name is Adrian Jones. I'm a Forex trader. I'm also the CEO of Tradeology, and I've had well over a decade of active trading experience. I'm the CEO of one of the most popular trading education companies in the world, and I've personally coached thousands of traders, many of whom are also on here today. And I write a daily finance newsletter to well over 300,000 subscribers. So that's just a little bit about my background, if you are not sure of who I am. Now, in just a moment, I'll be introducing the star of today's demonstration, and his name is Toshko Raychev. He's a professional trader and mentor, and he has well over 15 years of active trading experience. He's a 3-time world trading champion. He's coached well over 5,000 traders. And this is just a taste of what I'll show you a bit later in the demonstration. But here's just, for example, a recent statement of his where he netted $173,000 in on a live account with a 94.4% win rate. Just phenomenal results there. And we can see also, for example, that he had 23 consecutive trades. Really a fantastic trader. One of the best in the world. So it's really going to be an honor to have him on here today. And this is just a few shots of photos of what I had in my archives. One of him meeting our team member at Toshko's villa in Greece. And Toshko is also the country director of the International Karate Association. So he's very much into his fitness, into his karate. He's a leader in the true sense of the word, an achiever, as you'd obviously by now have seen. And he won 3 successive World Trading Championships, each with the following gains: one of 651%, over 651% gain, 809% gain, and 118% gain. He won these 3 times in a row. So really phenomenal. And this is what you're seeing on screen now. It's just one of his systems. It's called it was named the D9, D2 system at the time. This was one of the systems at the time, what was called the Surefire Trading Challenge. And this is the system we won 651.5% gain at the end of that competition. Came out tops. And you can see there's a few indicators on screen here. For those of you who are familiar with Forex trading or trading generally, you might notice there's a cog or linear regression tool on screen, as well as a few MAs. And we have at the bottom here MACD. Well, the next year he entered again, and this time he won with what's called the 09D3 system. And we can see here again, he's got the cog on here and a couple of MAs. He did adjust his settings here, and he has an MACD at the bottom here, but he also has an RSI and CCI. And he had very specific rules for how he traded with these. And full disclosure here, at the time of these competitions, I was one of the judges that was adjudicating all the systems. We had thousands of systems from around the world on each competition. And it was startling to me that he came out top 3 times in a row. And I'd never met him before in that first competition. And in the third competition, which we call the F10L3 system, he came out with 118% gain. Now, the obvious thing to look at there would be to say, well, that seems to be a lot below what the other percentages were that I just shown you. But we as judges had decided at that stage to really tighten the rules. What we did is we limited the traders to the amount of trades that they could actually take during a very specific time frame. We limited their lot size, and we had a lot of other stringent rules that came into place for them to trade on a live account, and we limited their capital also. And during that time, he came out tops with well over double his account. And you'll see here, this time around, we still see a COG indicator on the top here, as well as a MACD. And for those of you who might know about how the COG works, it's basically we wait for price to move towards the outer channel line, and then it regresses or pulls back towards the middle line here. So that's an interesting feature that he has had throughout each of those 3 trading competitions. But you'll notice here also, there's no other indicators on here. Gone are the MAs, gone are the other indicators he had below, and he had this time what he called a custom coded trigger indicator with very specific rules, and well, a fantastic system. And he came out tops with that also. But over the years, Toshko has also constantly been pushing his trading boundaries, both in his personal life and in his trading. He's tweaked his systems to give him even more consistently profitable trades. And, you know, I was trying to pull together a slide with all the comments that I could find from his students over the years. But as I mentioned, there are literally thousands of them. So I've just put up a few here, and I'll just cover a few from what I've got. And here's one that just says, you know, I flirted with the idea of trading, but I've been too nervous to actually start trading to do this for real. So I took my first trade. I made $416. You know, to my surprise, here's another one. For the first time, I saw cash in my account trading the Australian dollar, Japanese yen, $185. May not seem like a lot of money, but to me, it's everything. All I did was to follow your trading system guidelines, which, by the way, my 10-year-old could follow. And here's another that says, just look at these, at the 3 successful trades in succession from the current pound yen. It all worked out perfectly. The yield was well over $3,000. And another one, I made more than 1,000K profit today with 3 trades. So far, so good. All conservative trades mixed with 15 minutes, 1 hour time frame, using signals as confirmation. Great confident start. And you'll remember earlier, I was mentioning some figures on one of his statements. Here's a recent statement of his, actually, that goes back to the mid of April. There's a live account. And let me just move this zoom out the way here. Sorry, it's just in the way a little bit for some reason. Whoop. And well, we can see on screen here. Now, if one had to look, I'm sorry, it is quite small, but we'll cover this in a moment. You know, if we had to look on the side here, this is on a live account, trades like $6,800, $7,000, and, you know, just phenomenal over very many weeks. And this is where we come back to that conclusion that at the end of that time, just on that time alone, he had $173,000 on his live account made as profit with that 94.44% win rate. And for those of you who might not be aware, that's a massive win rate. I'll also get into that in just a moment. And we can see, you know, how many long positions he won and so on. But this brings me to his Fortunatus FX, which is the system that he currently trades with. It's the culmination of all those years of trading, the pinnacle, so to speak, of all that. And this is the system that forms the backbone of that statement you've just seen just now, and what I'm about to also reveal to you with Toshko, a 94.4% win rate using this system. And on this particular one, he's got 5 custom indicators, one that he calls a dot, a volume meter, an FS1, FS2, and FS3. And you can see there's been an evolution, obviously, over the years on how he's been trading each time. He's progressively stepping up and trading more and more with different signals, different settings, constantly tweaking until he's reached his pinnacle here, his Fortunatus FX. And this brings me to the Trade Command Center, of which that Fortunatus FX is the backbone. This is what he's done is he's put everything, all his knowledge into one particular place, and he's going to be explaining this to us in just a moment. Let's just give it an idea of, the kind of gains that he's been looking at there. His daily pip gains, these are in pips, by the way. So some days more than others, but really phenomenal gains that we can see here. And again, this 96% win rate is currently where it's standing at. And to get some perspective on that, a 50% win rate, you could still be profitable on. Between 50 and 60% is good for any system. Between 60 and 70% is really excellent. Toshko is consistently getting wins in the 90s. In this particular case, 96%. It's almost, too good to believe, but it isn't. It's true. These are real gains that he's been making, a phenomenal win rate, and worthy of a 3-time world trading champion, one might add. So today he's going to demonstrate a technique for trading the markets without using any indicators that one can use immediately. He's going to walk you through semi-automated brain behind the trade command center, which we'll see in just a moment. And he's going to tell us about the currency pair with the highest probability for success, the direction you should be trading, when to enter the market, what price to target, when to double down on some trades to double your profit, where to put your stop loss, and how much you will risk compared to how much you will make. So I think at this stage, we're probably all a little bit tired of me talking. I want to just invite Toshko on and say hello to Toshko.
And yes, hello everyone. Thanks, Adrian. Yeah, I was muted by organizer, you see. So yeah.
Sorry about that.
Sorry, guys. It happens. This is science.
So welcome, Toshko. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's a privilege having you on here, and I know you're a very busy guy, and obviously there's a lot of people on here very interested to hear about what you're going to say. So yeah.
You're right, Adrian. Yeah, I'm pretty busy because I have a lot of things on my head. As you can imagine, with all this karate alliance and everything, it's a lot of things. So I have life outside trading, no matter that I'm thinking about trading all the time, simply because it's one of my hobbies and it's my job in the same time. So it's great. As you know, this is the best job in the world, actually. There is no better thing because you can make money whenever you are, actually. So that's the beauty. Of course, you should know how to, right?
Yes, of course. And Toshko, just before you get started with your demonstration, I just want to ask you, can you, I've shown, everyone on here many years ago when we first met. I hadn't met you until the first challenge many years ago. There was obviously that progression I've been talking about. And I see you kept a few of those indicators the same for that particular challenge. You had the cog or the linear regression in there. And can you tell me just how that process worked for you? And since
so you see, at first I read a lot, everything that I could find on the internet about trading, of course, and some books, obviously. And simply I decided I have to come with something that works for me, right? Yeah. Because guess what? You should find your way. And that's how I started experimenting a lot. I like to experiment, and all of my members know that I like to experiment a lot. I mean, really a lot. So I'm constantly changing everything, to become with something better. Because guess what? The market is pretty dynamic, simply because it's driven from all the traders in the world. Big, small, it doesn't matter. All of us have impact on the market. That's it. So you can imagine that obviously it's pretty dynamic. You can't put this into a box. There is no way. And if something works today, probably you should try to make it a bit better for tomorrow because, everything changes so fast. So that's how I came with my first system. I tested it for a few months and I decided to go for your Surefire Trading Challenge. And of course, because I was well prepared, I was a winner. Then for the next one, obviously the market started to change again and I wanted to come with something better, right? So that's why I added this CCI and RSI. I tweaked a bit the settings of indicators, the rules, because probably most people that know me, they know that I work on the market differently and on the indicators. I mean, for someone, for example, a cross of two moving averages is a cross of two moving averages. For me, it's different anyway. So, you know, you should be unique in order to succeed, right?
Yes.
To be on this side of the market. So that's how I came with my second trading system.
Then the third one was even more so. It was a little bit
Oh
automated.
yes, because you know that's when you guys changed the rules. You know, you limited the lot size, you limited the trades, you everything.
Made
It was it was pretty interesting back then. And so, but anyway, I already have been ready with my system. I mean, I added some other things, tweaked settings of my indicators. I coded some of indicators, like for example, this trigger indicator is my own invention with a lot of calculations inside and algorithms, and seems that it worked great because I won.
Yeah, and so you won with, you really outstripped the whole field. And that was just so that everyone can put it in perspective during the time, just shortly after the last big economic collapse, you know, 10 years or so ago. So it was really a hard time to be.
Oh, you know, actually, I was hit by this economic collapse back then. Actually, you know, because I used to think before this change in the world, I used to think that I know everything, like I could predict everything, you know, like most probably new traders, you know, I was like, oh yeah, I know everything, and guess what, I lost. That's why I started thinking differently, you know, so yeah,
and
to be able to...
Worked well for you, it all worked out. So today, this demonstration you're about to do for us is for people who really want to discover the secret to being consistently profitable, right? Month in and month out, because that's how you grow your trading account.
Yeah, so you see, what I will show you guys is actually my trades. That's the idea. In my trade command center, I will be showing you my trades. So it will be great for new traders because we know that most new traders fear. They fear of losses. If they eventually have a couple of losses, you know, in a row, guess what? They start to fear and doubt in themselves.
Yes.
So the idea is to help them a little bit, right? Like a little push, because all of us, sometimes we need on some stage of our life, a little push, you know. It's not only for trading, it's in life, in every aspect of our lives. So also,
so this is what you're going to show us today, Toshko, right? And also this is not just for beginner traders or traders of all levels, right?
Yes, because for example, if you are a successful trader, but sometimes you have doubts, you know, you could compare what you think about some pair and what I think on this pair. You know, if I posted some trade on this pair, you could compare and you could see, well, probably he's right. Probably I will take his side, you know, because all of us, at some point, we have some sixth sense about something, right? No matter how it looks on the charts, it could be looking great, like, oh, everything is aligned, but guess what? Something bothers you, right? So in these times, taking a look on someone else, it's like a little help that could, you know, bring you back in the right track.
Right, so you're going to show us now the Trade Command Center, and you're also going to show how you can follow your Fortunatus FX trades.
Oh yes, yeah, I will show you. Yeah, of course, guys.
So take it away, Toshko. Thanks.
We'll go off the camera, guys, right? Because I will be sharing my screen.
Oh yes, sure.
Yeah. Just to see. Okay, share my screen.
And I think just in the meantime, just to remind everyone, you're welcome to please, you know, as Toshko goes through, please do ask questions. And thanks so much for the comments that are coming through for the moment. We are aware, we will get to those shortly.
Yes, so guys, if you have some questions, just post them on chat, you know, that's the idea. So at the end of our webinar today, we will try to answer all of them, right? Because that's the way actually to learn and educate, asking questions. Not sure if you know this saying, but you know, with asking, you can go far, far away. Anyway, so I hope that you can see my screen already, right?
You can see it. You can see it.
Oh.
And by the way, many people are saying hello, Toshko. I think a lot of your own students are also on here.
Yeah, I think so. So this is the first and the most important thing in my trade command center, that you will see this table over here, dashboard. So what you have over here is all the trades that I posted at the moment of mine trades, right? Not something science fiction or something, it's just my personal trades. So as you can see, it's really easy to read, but let me go through all the info. So first of all, we have date, right? And this means when this trade was posted from me or when it was edited. Because sometimes if it's a trade in progress, like, let me scroll down to see, over here you see for this Great Britain pound, Japanese yen, we have this comment already over 150 pips in profit and still going. Now it's about 200, I think, but yeah. So you see, if I edited this right now, it will be on top. So anyway, first is the date. Then we have pair where this trade was taken or is about to be taken. In this case, this is Euro Australian dollar. Then we have time frame. So this means at which time frame I took this trade or I am about to take it. In this case, it's daily. Day one, daily. Then we have direction, right? This means buy or sell. If it's buy, it will be colored green, sorry. If it's sell, it will be like this, red. Really easy to read. That's the idea. Then we have entry price exactly, where to enter. Then we have stop loss, exactly where to put your stop loss for this particular trade. Then we have take profit 1, again, exact price, take profit 2, exact price. Why we have 2 take profit targets? Simply because that's the way I like to trade, and I found it to be better. So usually when price hits my first take profit target, I'm closing half of my position and moving the stop loss to break even. And then I'm on free trade. I have my profits already, right? And yeah, it's great. And over here at the end, we have charts. So if you click on this button, you will have the chart for this potential trade. So in this case, it's Euro Australian dollar daily. As you can see over here, lines for everything, entry. This is the entry level where we should open our trade. Over here, stop loss, as you can see, take profit target 1, take profit target 2, right? So really easy to read. That's the idea. So probably...
So everything in here is basically simplified. So in other words, these are essentially what we could call signals that are being put up here, which tell you exactly what pair to trade, what time frame. Yes. And those time frames can be any time frame, right? From
yes. So the time frame would be from 5 minutes up to monthly. Simply because for 1 minute, I like 1 minute, but it's pretty fast. Everything happens really fast, and I can't succeed in time to post trade because, you know, by the time when I will post the trade, it will be over. 1 minute is pretty fast. So that's why it will be from 5 minutes up to monthly.
Sure.
Yeah, and yeah. So probably it's good to show you how exactly you could use this. Yes. Right? So let's...
Can I just say, Toshko, these are only your trades, right? These are the highest probability trades that you have found during the course of your day.
Exactly. Yes, Adrian. Yes, Adrian, exactly. So probably let me show you with this first one. Huh? So it's Euro Australian dollar, right? Let me switch to my MT4, Euro Australian dollar. Boom. By the way, that's my Fortunatus FX template, as you can see. Yeah, that's how it looks, but about this a bit later, right? So I will just vote an empty one, just in order
for... You don't need to use that to actually take the signals. You could just use it.
You just need an empty chart. You know, it doesn't matter if it's candlesticks. I prefer them. That's why I have it like candlesticks. You can use linear. You can use bars. It's up to you, right? Simply, I like them. That's why. So then you go over here. So we say it daily. Let me see. Is it daily? Daily, yes. Entry price. Just copy this, or you can type it as well. It's up to you. So you have 2 options how to enter actually. this trade, right? So the first one is to wait for the price to cross through the entry level and make a market order. The next one is to use pending orders, which is really easy. So if you are on hurry, just right click somewhere on your chart, trade in, buy stop because we are about to buy, right? And now you can manage this entry. So let's see, we said price would be the one that we copied, right?
Yep.
Then let's see, stop loss, just copy it. You see, it's really easy. Stop loss over here. Take profit target. So as I said, usually I'm setting my second take profit target just in case if the market explodes and I could get my profits faster. That's the idea, right? Mm-hmm. So take profit target, modify. Okay, voila. So what we have now, you see, really easy, just copy and paste. And you have your pending order over here. You have your stop loss on place. You have your second take profit target. If you want to set your first take profit target, just to know where it is, copy it again, copy, manage this horizontal line, paste, click, and voila, you have first take profit target as well. So that's it.
So the trades are obviously with the high time frames, especially, you get time enough to be able to place your trades and basically then put it as a pending order, and you can also set that order to expire at any time also.
Exactly. It's up to you. Exactly. But obviously, you will be checking your trade, right? Because you're waiting for,
So you place them, and then you've got everything set. And these are the trades that you are actually taking, that we saw that.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
So a person can come in at any time and just have a look and see what is Toshko saying that he's trading now, and this is it.
Yes. So, and if probably here is the time to say something about lower time frames, because you're on hurry when you trade lower time frames, right? And you don't have time like now, like this. So in this case, just if it's somewhere, about pending order, just buy, stop, and then drag and drop somewhere that is your entry, right? So just to be on time for your entry. Then you can manage again the order as you wish. So it's really easy, not something complicated, right?
Yeah.
And I'm posting regularly. Yeah.
And so, sorry, Toshko, I was going to say, you also do explain this. There is going to be a section that you can show just now.
For sure. Yes.
For those who aren't sure exactly how to do all this.
So that's how it works. Hope that it's not rocket science, right? It's really easy, right? Yeah. So then below dashboard, we have this overview section. What this means, so usually over here you can register for the next webinar for members, right? You will have this info over here. Over here you will have this video that is about how to use Trade Command Center. It's really easy, so if you need to, you can watch it just as a reminder, right? Really nice and easy. Then over here we have this bonus system, which is my first winning system. The first
very valuable system.
Yes, it's like a bonus for my members from Trade Command Center, right? So you can study it as well, because the idea about this is to be able to step in my shoes, as they say, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then over here I have this Traders Pack section. And why it's called Traders Pack? Because it consists just something that's really important for all traders. For example, major levels indicator. Most people call it support, resistance. For me, it's major levels, because, once support is broken down, it becomes resistance and so on, right? So you see, it's a bit nonsense for me. That's why I call them just major levels. So anyway, it's really hard for most traders. I found from my experience and my teaching through the years that it's really hard for most traders to be able to determine these major levels. And as we know, price tends to obey them a lot, and we should be aware of them. So that's why I have this indicator over here. Then I have this re-entry indicator. Why? Probably someone would ask. Well, because a lot of times we have a fresh signal, right? And then we got our take profit target, we collected our profits, and we should wait and wait and wait for the next fresh signal, right? Although all the conditions, for example, pointing downwards for sell, right? So in this case, something like this re-entry indicator is really useful, because as long as you have your conditions, for example, to the short side, you got re-entry from this indicator, you can enter and make more profits. That's the idea, because we are trading for profits, not just to play, right? It's not a game, it's a business. And then over here we have my trade journal. This means how traders' day should be going, or in personal mind, so yeah, you will see. Then we have this risk calculator. It's really nice tool, because most people don't know how to, for most people, especially new traders, it's really hard to calculate risk. I mean, what percentage of...
Yeah, so if you want to know how much you need to...
Yeah, so if you want to find out what kind of money you would risk, if you want to risk, for example, 2% of your account, over here you will input your account size, you will input your currency for your account, then over here you will put your risk, for example, 2%, right? Then your stop loss in pips for particular trade. Then over here, the trading pair, the currency pair that you're about to take an entry. And then you will click compute, and you will get what kind of money you would risk for this trade.
Yeah.
The same is for the next one, but over here, it's on reverse. Over here, you want to risk, for example, $50, and you will find out the percentage of your account.
Yeah,
no, it's the same. And guess what? To be easier, you have this video over here that will show you how to use this risk calculator. It's really easy, actually, but it's, Then we have this analytics over here section. It's about how Trade Command Center is going. So as you can see over here, we have interesting things, right? So
this is all the tips that you made over the last few days.
Yes. That's as you can see, they vary. Over here we have like only 32, but guess what? Usually market is not like a steady business. Like every day you will make 100 pips or $100 or $100,000. No, it's impossible. Like most businesses, you have big winners. Sometimes you have smaller winners. That's it.
Yes, yeah, but those are very, very respectable gains, eh?
Yes. So over here you will see like through the days and so on. So that's.
And bottom there is also your win rate. Can you scroll down there just to
let me see? You're right. Yeah.
And,
well,
97
at the moment. By the way, Adrian, you know that in the past with some of my members, can't remember, probably 4 or 5 years ago, because they challenged me to prove if it's possible to have 100% win rate, right? So guess what? I traded for a month, and because we use it to have weekly webinars, right? I use it to show them the progress on this account, and guess what? At the end, I proved that it's possible to have 100% win rate. And you know how I proved, actually, because everyone could say, I have only winners. Okay, prove it. I showed them on my live account, on my MT4. I just opened and showed it, so yeah. So actually it's possible, but it's a bit,
there will be
the
occasional losers, of course, but that's a phenomenal win rate, like I mentioned already. And this, again, is why you've proven yourself as 3-time world trading champion.
Well, this is my business. I should be good, the idea is because I'm living out of this. So I can't be like joking around, obviously. I have to be serious, and that's why I have such a win rate. right? And I know how to manage the trades actually, because most people know exact points to enter and exit, but as we know, most of the times market is unpredictable. So if something goes wrong, they don't know when to exit, you see, or when to cut their losses eventually or break even. So yeah. And the next, probably one of the most important parts over here is support section. Why? Because if you have some troubles, it's good to have some help, and it's really easy to get it. So we have email option, right? You will get either me or some of my support team. You have Skype, which is great, and you even have a phone. And of course, we have another option over here that is Messenger, Facebook Messenger over here. So you can message and chat live with me, or if I am not over here, with some of my team.
Yes,
so whenever you have,
brilliant. That's, as you said, that's actually something that I know there's been a question already. I'm just, so
yes,
thanks guys for the questions. I see them coming in. I mean, one of the questions is, how is the support and how does that work? Well, the support is multiple, multifaceted, and they have, your members here have direct access to you when you are there. Of course, if you're not out with your karate and so on, but during the normal day, one cannot be around 24 hours a day, as you know, but during whatever times you are available, you are online. This is your baby, really, and your life's work. But now, you mentioned a few things, Toshko, if I can just interrupt for a second, sorry.
Yes.
That there's various different ways of trading, with the risk and so on. But in that overview you've shown, you are doing regular live sessions like we are now with members where they can come on and ask questions and so on. And in fact, you've set one up pretty soon to come for the next one. So you will be updating with other education, other trading tools, whatever you find is working for you at that time. You will be showing. And also about the, I think there's also another section there that I saw on your dashboard about the news and the calendar and so on. But maybe if we can get to that in a moment, because I see that, we haven't even touched yet on the backbone of what it is all about, and that is your Fortunatus FX system.
Yes. Right? So, as you can see over here, we have this section Fortunatus FX, right? This is exclusively only for my trading system, the one that I use now. Yes. So it's like under this section, we have manual for the system itself. So if you, for example, if you want to find out exactly how I'm coming with these signals with my trades, right, you can go over here. So you have manual, you have downloads where you can download all the indicators and so on. There's system lessons, how to enter, rules and so on. We have webinars. They're exclusively just for members of this part, right? I mean about the system, how it works and so on. If you want to be further, continue with being in my shoes, as they say. And guess what? Over here, I'm giving for my members of Fortunatus FX, I'm giving my second within six system. And so you could study how everything, continued to work, right, after the first one. And as I said, the system looks like this, right? We have a few indicators, 5 actually. All of them are custom coded from me, not from someone else. I'm a coder as well, programmer, so that's why. And algorithms inside them are purely mine. I'm not using something else. I'm using price action and my kind of view of the market.
And this is the first time you've ever really shown this to anyone in a public forum like this.
Yes,
so
yes,
really,
that's
this
right.
is the first time we're all getting to see this. Thanks for
That's
sharing.
right, Adrian. And probably you saw this section as well over here.
Yes.
The one that's called Fortunatus FX TA. Mm-hmm. So guess what is TA? TA stands for Trading Assistant. Because as you know, I don't believe in robots simply because they don't work. I mean, they work for a while, probably a month, and then guess what? Everything goes down and you lose everything that you gained. And your account, of course, because, yeah, it's obvious. So that's why I prefer trading assistants. And what's the use of trading assistants? When you're busy like me, for example, or you have another job, because at some point in my past, when I started trading, I had 2 jobs plus another one that was online. You know, so you can imagine 3 jobs in total. So it's a bit hard to wait for a proper signal. And most of the times, guess what? You're missing them. Especially if you're a new trader, that's obvious. I remember a lot of my members at start used to say, yeah, but at this moment, very moment when the signal occurred, I haven't been on my in front of my laptop or my chart. And I missed it for a few minutes. Well, you see, because I have done, for example, I fed the cats, for example, right? Well, guess what? Trading assistant is exactly for this, to give you a signal when all the rules as per my Fortunatus FX system are met.
So that's an automated way of trading, but it's semi-automated, like you said, just for the clarity for those who don't understand robots and so on.
Yes.
A robot that automatically trades for you. It basically enters the trade and exits. This is not a robot. This is something to assist you with your trading. So I see you showing it to us now. Yes.
So let me show you how it works. You see, it works like this. So we have all the 5 indicators, and it will say buy, buy, buy. In this case, everything is for buy, right? On this time frame. But it could be, let's switch to some other. Over here, we have no signal for one of them, you see. Over here, you have, if it's aggressive buy, aggressive, or conservative, or so on. Let me see if we have somewhere something different, like over here we have sell, 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 as you can see. So conservative sell in this case.
And then it'll pop up, from what I've seen, there will be at the exact time that you should enter the trade.
So exactly when you get a fresh signal, right, it will give you a signal like a pop-up window. It will say, for example, Euro Australian dollar, H4 time frame, wonk at this price, potential wonk at this price, stop loss over there, take profit target over there, 50 pips, for example, or something, right? I mean, whatever pips are. And so it signals you for potential trades. So it's up to you to go and check.
Yes.
You see, you won't miss the trade. You go and check. And if you see that it's in non-tradable condition, for example, if it goes sideways or something, you won't take the trade, obviously, right?
So it's always in your hands. And if you press the yes button, it automatically enters the trade at that point.
If you decide to press, if you decide to press OK button, it will enter and manage the trade automatically. Like this, you will get the entry, stop loss, take profit target.
But you make the final decision on that. So that's really
yes, of course. Yeah, it's like everything else. You have the final decision. If something bothers you, better skip it.
Yes.
That's one of my, rules.
Sure, and you've got videos explaining exactly how this works, of course.
Oh yes, just to change the. Yes, just a second to move this away. So yes, over here under this section you have downloads, where to download the TA. You have installation video, how to install it, how to do the things. Yeah. Then lessons. This means how to manage the settings and so on, right, around TA. And guess what? You have my third winning system, like a bonus over here as well. Wow. So you will find out how it works.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So that's what we have in Trade Command Center. But guess what? We have a little bit more, actually. Yes. Adrian, yeah.
Yes, so much,
yeah. So if you scroll downwards, guess what? We have technical analysis over here. This section is great. Why? Because it gives some technical analysis of the major pairs, right? So it uses the default indicators in our MT4 platforms, the major indicators, the default ones, right? To calculate this, to make this analysis. And guess what? In this case, this is Euro USD, right? It says sell because 11 indicators are for sell, 10 for neutral, and 5 for buy. So that's why it's about sell. You see, over here you have time frames, of course, up to the monthly, right? So let's see daily. What it says, daily says strong sell. You see, because we have 15 of the indicators for sell and 0 for buy, right? So this means strong sell. So yeah, it's really helpful too.
That you've got to use, yes.
Yeah, when you have some doubts, for example, let's say, sometimes our sixth sense is bothering us pretty much, like me, for example. I am not exclusion of this rule. So sometimes everything looks perfect, but something bothers me, So it's great to have some other confirmation, right? Yes. So if I go there and it says strong sell, I will say, well, you see, I wanted to sell, but seems that I have another confirmation. Why not? Because remember, guys, it's always better to have more confirmations. The more we get, the better.
For any trading.
Yes. And then if we scroll a little bit downwards, we will have this economic calendar. And guess what? It's something really important. Why? Because it's probably one of the most important non-tradable conditions to trade around major news releases. Why? Because market becomes unpredictable at these times. Yeah, you see sometimes, for example, USD currency gets positive news release, but its value drops like hell. The next time you have the same news release and it's, exactly the same, like positive rumors, and guess what? The price of USD skyrockets. Yeah. So you see, it's unpredictable. That's why it's good to know what is going on the economic calendars. And this is nice great too.
It's all there in the same Trade Command Center. I guess that's what it's called, the Trade Command Center.
Yes. Plus, you see, we have different colored news. For example, this one is yellow. This means it's with really low impact on the market. We have this orange that is medium impact. Also, we have red. Let me find where. Over here. So red over here, you see this one, for example, it's colored red dot. This means it's high impact news release. So obviously
that would affect the pound in that particular instance.
Yes, and obviously you should be really, because you see you have flux over here, which currency it affects. In this case, it's pound. This is Germany. This means euro, because Germany is euro, right? This is for Australia, as you see, Japan. So it's really easy.
It's good to know.
Yes, and you could customize this by using some filters. Like, for example, you see, you can choose which country you prefer to see news only for, or which continent, and so on. You see, it's really easy to manage. And besides, over here, you can see only high impact news, right? If you want.
And besides just seeing those, you actually have news coming through right at the bottom there as well, don't you? Because there's
yes. They're live news
and things feeding straight in there.
So you have a lot of useful information that could only help, nothing more.
Yes. Yeah. Well, that's great, Toshko. I think by now, we've built up quite a lot of questions coming through, and I think we should start answering some of those. And one of the big questions I think that I'm seeing here, and also getting messages from some of my other members.
Probably I should stop sharing.
Yes, you're welcome to if you want to. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, because
one of the questions I'm seeing here is, how do I access the winning systems in Trade Command Center? Well, that's the obvious one that's coming up, so I'm going to get to that now. Out of all of the years teaching traders how to become successful, this is the one question that you get asked the most, right? Can we please get the system you used to win the Surefire Trading Challenge? Well, I think you've already shown that. Yes. And up till now, you've only really given that as a gift to a handful of people, right? But you're opening up the vault, so to speak, to make it available to the people that show you that they actually can make the right decision when it matters most. So that's something really important to note. And also these systems, the winning systems, as well as the Trade Command Center itself, the signals you present, and your Fortunato system work on all time frames, right? So on any pair.
Yes, yes, exactly. And not only pairs, it's indexes or everything that is on the market,
Yes,
everything.
everything. All right. So what I know, this is the biggest question that I know people have got on their mind. So let me just tell them first, and then we can go into
Okay.
other details. And there's a lot of questions here. So thank you, guys. Keep them coming. I think it's fantastic that we are all doing that. But I have to just press a few buttons and make something available to you here so that we can see exactly what we're getting and why. Now, I had a discussion obviously before this with Toshko, and for the Trade Command Center, and we're looking at the values really of what this is valued at. But the full access to the Trade Command Center, everything is shown you there, and the trades that you are giving signals on, and your personal trading notes on those, and the trade management notes that you're making on there. I think daily, with that fantastic win rate, the value of that over time is at least $2,000. I mean, that is a no-brainer. I don't think anyone would dispute that. And the full disclosure of the 09 D3 system, that very first system that you had won with, I know the value of that to be well over, in fact, $2,000. Let's just say it's $2,000 for the sake of this. And then full access to both of those would then cost you $4,000 at least. That's the value. But you're also including live support. You've got messaging going on with your trader team. You've got lessons that you are giving the main Trade Command Center members, as well as live webinars that you are hosting every week at least, with you and your team and everybody that's on there. That at least, and this is a very conservative valuation, is at least $2,000. So, so far, just what I've spoken about is worth at least $6,000. But for today, what you are offering everyone on here is access to that at $499, a really massive discounted price, $499. And I might mention that if you happen to be watching this webinar now, this has not been disclosed anywhere else. The only people that get to see this are the people that have been invited. And if you have been invited, that means that you are given VIP status and privilege to be able to have access to this, because this price is obviously very low for what Toshko is offering. But there is another alternative also, because I know the questions are coming in. What about the Fortunato system and so on? So let me cover that quickly. So we've covered that full access to the Trade Command Center membership and your trade signals, which are daily, right? And we'll get into that in a moment, is $2,000 at least. You will also give access to all three of your championship systems. The value is well over $3,000. I've just put it down as $3,000 here to create a valuation for you to have a look at, because really they are invaluable in a sense. And then also your Fortunatus FX system, that one that is the backbone to your signals and that you are currently trading. And the value of that must be at least $2,000 just for that. And then your Fortunatus Trade Assistant that you had personally programmed by one of the best programmers in the world, including yourself. I know you're a programmer, Toshko, but that the value of that, this is very conservative, $499. I think it's worth way more than that. And then, of course, for the Fortunatus FX live lessons, that's teaching about the actual system itself and the trading on that. That is also worth at least $2,000. Plus, again, we've got the access to the trader support and messaging that I mentioned earlier, that is ongoing and constant there, $2,000 at least. So let's just do a bit of a recap, because I know this is quite a lot of things. Full access to the membership and trade signals, 3 championship systems, full access to the Fortunatus system, full access to the Fortunatus Trade Assistant, full access to the live session lessons and trading, including webinars, and access to traders, live chat, and support. The total value so far, in my estimation, is at least $11,500 for that. But that's not what you are having for the people that are on here, that are watching this right now, and only for the time that you are watching. Toshko is going to give everything, every single thing you've seen there, for $750. That's over a 90% discount. And the next question obviously is, so how do I get this? It's only available on the link that you see on your screen right now. I'm going to see if I can put it into the chat as well for everybody, but please do make a note of this. It doesn't appear anywhere else. You can't Google it, find it somewhere else. It's only here. www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. Now, if you had to go there, you're going to be given two options. And you've only got two choices, really, the way I see it is, do you want this? I'm sure you do. I mean, I can't see how any trader that is serious about trading would not want to be part of this. The choices are, though, do you want the 499, that's the full, the Trade Command Center membership with the signals that is showing you, where you copy paste the signals and you get access to a few of the other features there, of course, very valuable. Or do you want everything? And I suspect, as I know, most traders who are really serious about their trading would want everything, because $750 from $11,500 represents a massive, massive discount for you to be mentored essentially and trade the same trades that a three-time world trading champion trades. I don't know of anywhere else that you could find something like this. And it can only be found at www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. Now, I think at this stage, I just want to leave this up on screen. I just want to make sure that I can actually see the chats while this is on screen. And I'll leave this just for you guys to please make a note on that. Just by the way, when you click on that, it's going to give you the two options that you got here, and then you can choose one of the two. But I know that there are some other questions. So let's just go through some of the questions. If you don't mind, Toshko, I'm going to just try and read them. It's a very small box. Let me just see if I can expand this out. So if you see my mouse moving around, it's just me trying to get going. Colin Huganet is speaking in Afrikaans, my home language in South Africa, which is where I'm from, by the way, with my accent. Going well, thanks, Colin. Thanks. Someone's asking, is this being recorded? Yes, it is. But although with the recording, if by the time it goes up, I'm not sure if there would be any more space left in the Trade Command Center, because you do want to limit your numbers, right, Toshko? You're trying to also make sure that every single person that gets in here is successful with their trading. So there is a limit. Nice to see you, Toshko, again. Great stuff. Another person just saying, please send me everything. I'm getting it right now. How is your customer service? I think we answered this already, Nick. Yes, there is a customer service. I think Toshko's already shown you this, right, Toshko? There's various ways, by email, by Skype, by phone, and live messenger chat from inside the Trade Commander Center itself. So there's numerous different ways of doing this. And then, of course, you get to participate also on the live sessions like now with Toshko, with his members, where you get to ask further questions and he's going to explain. Yes. So everything about trading generally, and especially about the signals and his system, will be disclosed during these webinars. So that's fantastic. Trustworthy brokers to use. Well, I know from speaking with Toshko earlier about this is not connected in any way to any brokers, right? Yeah. So the brokers don't see your account. You don't see the broker's account. If somebody's trading this, it's not what's called a trade copier, where you press a button and it copies the trade automatically onto your platform somewhere. No, this is Toshko presenting his trades and giving you time to copy them yourself and make that final decision as to whether you want to do it or not. But he doesn't have you don't have access to anyone's MT4 accounts or whatever. But by the way, you can trade it on MT4 or MT5, right? It doesn't really matter, because it gives you the entry, exit, take profit, target level. So, you don't need to have the exact same chart that Toshko has got to be able to use his signals. Am I right, Toshko? I mean, anyone can use it. And you can use whatever broker you want. It's really... Actually,
Adrian, just sorry to interrupt you. Actually, everyone could enter a trade following my entries, for example, even on his phone, mobile phone.
Right.
Yeah, because you don't need signals from indicators anyway, so, yeah. It's
So
really easy.
actually, yes. So that's another question that I know has come up: is it an app and so on? But it's not an app, right? It's a membership site. You can log in from any platform, telephone, laptop, PC, wherever you're from, and
Yes, yes,
wherever
that's
you are. As long as
yes,
you've got your login details, you log in, and there
yes.
they are. The signals are there, as well as access to everything else, and that's
Actually,
from your phone.
you know, Adrian, actually, sometimes I'm managing my trades on my phone because I'm somewhere outside, right?
Yes, yes.
So guess what? I'm checking, obviously, because this is my business. I have to check my trades, right? You can't be, yeah, unresponsible. But so I'm managing my trades even on my phone. That's the beauty of trading. You know, you have this
From
freedom
anywhere.
anyway.
Yes, and you can be anywhere, and these signals, how often do they come? So Toshko, I don't want to answer this for you, but I mean, from what I've seen and from what I've experienced,
Yeah.
if you see that there's a high probability trade that you would take
Yes.
yourself and that you are taking, that's when you present it. If there is
Yes.
a trade
Yes.
that you wouldn't take, or maybe you didn't see, it won't suddenly
Yes.
appear in there. Everything is
Yes.
vetted by you. It goes through you, only through you before it appears on there, right?
Exactly. Exactly.
So
And
it could
guess what?
be few, it could
Updated.
be many, yes.
Probably, Adrian, it's a place to mention that the dashboard is updated every 15 minutes or so.
Yes.
So, you know, I mean,
That's it.
you won't miss anything, right? Obviously.
Yes. And if anything has been missed, it gets removed. Basically, it's closed or cancelled and
Yes.
out of
Yes.
it.
Yes.
So only
Exactly.
the active
Yes.
trades are up there that
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
still count.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, that's what I know a lot of people have been asking. There's a few questions from Willem. Willem, I can speak to you afterwards. I know you have a few questions, private questions there that you don't want to just say on screen, no problem. How accurate is it? I think this is
Well,
from Doctor. So I'm not too sure if that was the person's name, but we've seen how accurate it is, right, Toshko? But you go ahead. I don't want to put words in your mouth.
yes. Well, it's pretty accurate if I'm making my living out of this. And you saw what kind of live statements Adrian showed you. So, yeah. And everyone who is
Trading
who
your
knows
business.
me knows, yeah, that I don't like to lose money at all.
Yes.
So that's why I'm trading really accurately. You know, I'm not just taking trades randomly.
Yes.
Yeah.
A very good question coming from Ronald. And Ronald, this is a good question because I think I haven't actually addressed this. Yes, with everyone who's on here, he's asking, is this an annual subscription? Well, Ronald, one good bit of good news for those who are on here is that if you take part in either of these choices that hopefully you can still see on screen, I'm not sure if my chat's in the way, but you've got the 499 or 750. Hopefully you take up the 750 because then really you've got access to everything. You are grandfathered in at that price. So if you get in at 750 with everything, you will be in there indefinitely as long as Toshko membership still continues and he's able to physically put in the trades, which is indefinite. You will be inside there and be able to access it. Of course, we can't guarantee that because I know that what he wants to do, if one doesn't take up any of his offers on these webinars, then what he wants to do is obviously limit his membership, and then there'll be a restriction with price. And at that point, you could see, I don't know, it could be $11,000, it could be a lot more by the time he does release it to the general public outside of the special invite. So, yeah, I think definitely you want to be grandfathered in and get that additional feature of not having to be locked into a recurring subscription. Now, these are not monthly subscriptions. It's a once-off payment, and there is no monthly subscription for it. It's a once-off because once you're in there, you get access to everything, right? So, and it's an ongoing thing with live webinars each week and so on. So there's a lot of additional live up-and-coming information still coming in. And I know from previously, Toshko, that
Yeah.
if members have got questions that they find once they start using it, you address
Yes.
those on the weekly sessions with the rest of the members, right?
Oh,
So
yes. Oh,
everybody
yes.
needs to,
So remember that on our weekly webinars, we can talk about everything. You can ask me everything that bothers you somehow. related to trading, right? If something is unclear or something, yeah, definitely I would help.
Yes, and you'd
So
be one of
yeah,
the
we
best in
will
the
make
world.
analysis on pairs and so on. It will be like like a
Great.
friend's talk.
Yes, of course. And I mean, who better to be mentored by than you? And I know that you normally
Well,
charge $1,000 an hour for your coaching sessions. So
yes,
yeah,
actually, I'm not doing so many because I don't want to. That's no matter what they propose me. Yeah,
you can't anymore. Your time is so
strange
valuable.
offers, by the way. Adrian, I
Yes.
refused an offer from one. He was some royal family member from Arabian semi-island, right? And he proposed me to. Yeah, so we started with something like really huge amount of money, and then he proposed me to start trading his fund. So, and he continued to rise the offer, but guess what? I simply don't want to.
Yes,
I
no,
mean,
I
I'm
understand.
really picky. That I'm really picky in this.
Yes,
Anyway,
and you've got so much time. You're also the country director of the International
well,
Karate
yes, because
Association.
as you know,
So many things.
this is
But
a
it
big
doesn't,
responsibility. Yeah.
yeah, it doesn't detract from your trading. I mean, I know your trading comes first. That's how you make your living. So
Oh
that's,
yes, so my
yes.
trading career is first.
Yes. So how long will this offer be available? That's another thing. Well, it's available until Toshko basically thinks he's had enough members, which is only for a limited time also. We're only meant to do
Yes.
one or so webinars on this because, as Toshko has just mentioned, actually, he wants to be able to concentrate his time on the members. So it's not going to be for long, and definitely only for the people that are on here. So I would advise, if you can, to get in there right away. I wouldn't be on here otherwise, if I didn't think this was something I highly recommended. Is there an upgrade from the first offer to the second? Well, no. If you purchase the first offer, you won't be given the like an up. There won't be something sold to you on the other side, as in telling you, "Oh, don't forget to." No, it's basically disclosed here on this webinar. There might be an option down the road, but it'll be for a lot pricier version of getting access to everything else, mainly because of limitation of membership at this point.
We will see. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you point out the details again, Adrian, of the first offer? So I think my screen is still on at the moment, right? I don't know if everyone can see this, but let me
Probably
just go back.
probably they want to know what exactly
On the first
what
offer.
you get for the first. Also,
Yes.
probably wants to. Yeah.
So the first option, let me go through them both again then, because I know there's quite a lot, quite a mouthful. So the first option for $499 is you get full access to the Trade Command Center. And of course, then when I say access, you're able to log in at any time from anywhere, and you get the dashboard that is shown. Everything on the dashboard, including the news, including the other indicators that show the strength of the currencies, as well as the signals, as well as a lesson on how to use it, and his monthly webinars together with the risk calculator. Essentially, that includes what's in there together with the signals that basically you don't need to see the back end of the system if you're on 499, but you get to see the signals and copy and paste them in. And with his management notes, etc. That is part of that offer. Then you get also the first winning system that he won that competition with so many years ago, but a fantastic system. And then you also get the live support messaging, lessons, and so on about how to use the signals. And Toshko will, of course, also be available on that. That's for a total value of at least $6,000. That's the offer today for $499. Now, what is different with the Premier offer is that you get the same as what I've just covered, except for now you get access also to all three of the World Championship systems. You also get the Fortunata system and everything revealed about it, together with all the lessons, templates, etc. And you get the Trade Assistant with that also. So should you wish to supplement your trades, and trade with this also, you get that too. And you get specific lessons on and live training, on how to use the Fortunatus FX. So that's the extra part there. And of course, you still get the support and messaging about those systems as well as the signals and everything else. And those are the differences between the two. And as I mentioned, that's $750. That's well over a 90% discount for that, but only at Trade Command Center .com/VIP. And then you get the option, if you go to that link, to do either of those. So I do want to try and put it into the chat here. I'm just trying to see, for those who might ask, I'm going to type it in here, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. And for anyone who's having difficulty writing it in, I've hopefully, I'm trying to see if I can get this into the main chat there, just so that everybody can get it. But please do write it down. Take a screenshot, do whatever you can to do that, to get to this particular link. Now, I can also just mention that if you have any other questions that you haven't yet answered here about the Trade Command Center, you can also send them in to support@tradecommandcenter.com. So if you think of anything before you become a member that you would like to ask still, or you can chat with Toshko. Obviously, he's on this particular webinar at this right now, but also you could chat to him or any of the team members of Trade Command Center at Alasiak Trading on Skype. And we've been answering the questions that have come through, right? So I can still continue with that. I just want to make sure that I can see if I can send this to the chat. Again, for some reason, I don't know if it is going to or not.
Adrian, you should type it over there.
Yes.
For everyone.
Yes, I have typed it, but it's just not going through. I don't think. I think.
Let me try on my site.
Yes, it could be because I don't have the right permissions. Sorry, guys. We are live, so this is how it works sometimes. Right. But maybe while you're doing that, or if somebody from the support side can just do that in the meantime, I can just see if there's any other questions, because we do want to ask and answer all the questions we possibly can. Thanks, Thomas. I've got it there. Yes, thank you.
Right, is it right? Hope that I haven't made a mistake.
Yes, it came through right. TradeCommandCenter.com/VIP.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thomas is saying thank you. He's got it. I see there's Mr. Lovelady. Thank you for also sending through details about that. Willem, I think we should speak to you separately. I know you're just having some issues there, so that's fine. So many people also coming through privately. I'm just looking at the other chat. Sorry, I've got my phone open as well as this so that I can manage both. And I see a lot of people already. Thank you, guys. I'm going to be answering them just now. As soon as I get off here, all saying hello to me from inside the Trading Command Center members area that you've given me access to also, Toshko. So thank you for that. A lot of people coming in. Let me leave this up then on the screen. I think those are the questions. Thanks again to Willem, Heinz, so many people on here. Gosh, and so many questions. But I think we've answered the majority of the questions. Again, support at Trade Command Center.
Adrian, sorry, we simply don't have much time to answer all of them. So sorry, guys.
Yes, honestly, that's unfortunately the way
I had the will, but yeah.
I think we've gotten through most of them. So I want to say, well, let's leave this up. I'll put it back on screen just now, but just want to quickly stop sharing my screen and say hello to everyone once again and say thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Toshko. Your time has been so valuable. I know you've got to shoot because you've got things to do now.
Yes.
But I want to thank you and thank everybody. And I'm pretty sure everyone else can see how many people are on here as well, because it's just scrolling through a lot of people. Yeah. So I'll just give
for
you
your presence, guys. Thanks for your time. So hope that you liked what you saw. Yeah, and that's it. I will see you on the next.
Thank you, Toshko.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. I'm going to share the screen again with the link. So Toshko, I know you need to go. That's fine. To everyone else, goodbye. Thank you very much. Thanks very much,
guys. Bye. Bye from me. Bye.
Thank you. Bye, Toshko. Thanks, Adam, Colin, Roy, Ian, David. so many people on here. Peter, I'm going to just share my screen once again so that we can get that up on the screen. And again, just want to remind you, this really is something that comes highly recommended for myself. If you get a chance today while you're watching this, please do go and sign up for Toshko. It's very rare that Toshko does anything along these lines, and this is something that you want to be part of. Believe me, www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. To all my Tradeology students who are also now members of Trade Command Center, sending me all the messages. I'll get to you now. Thank you so much for letting me know that you've joined up. I'll pass this on to Toshko, and we'll obviously want to see you on the other side. And to everybody else, thank you for your time. I know we went over an hour, but I think it was well worth the time. This information is important. It's not going to be revealed anywhere else. You can only get it here, and because you are considered a VIP, this was a special arrangement done just for you, and we can get you grandfathered in, so to speak, on this before any time in the future when he goes live with us at those values below. You know, I mean, it's a no-brainer. If you can, please do join him. I'm not going to say anything more about it. I think Toshko basically speaks for himself in that sense. You would have gotten a good sense of what fantastic signals and trading and mentorship is going to come your way if you are a member of his Trade Command Center, Fortunatus FX. So www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. I'm going to close for now. Thank you very much, everybody, for being on here with me. I hope you have a fantastic trading week. Really want to see you on the other side. Thank you for the comments. It's been fantastic to have you on here. Yes, there will be a recording made, but I'm not too sure how long that would take to go up, because there's certain, I don't know, edits with the, well, nothing will be edited out, but just with the audio, fixing the audio and so on to make sure that it is up. But I'm not too sure when that might go out, and by that stage, actually, it could already be, you could have already closed it. But yes, there will be a recording going out to everybody also. Thank you again. Thanks, Menzi. Thank you, Alistair and Jeffrey. Excellent. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, guys. One more last time. It's an important link. www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. I think if you could keep the link to yourself, please. Also, it's just for you or your direct family members. We don't want this link public. This is only for you, because if it gets to a certain amount of people and after time, he's going to close it. So you want to make sure that you first get in there before anyone else does. www.tradecommandcenter.com/VIP. Thank you, guys. Hoping to see you on the other side, and have a great day further. Thank you so much for all your positive comments as well. It's been fantastic to have hosted this today with you. Thank you.